Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and today I'm going to be doing another how to deck build. But before we get into this, I have some sad news that my 3 terabyte hard drive decided to give up, and I am having it to get sent in to get the data transferred to another hard drive. So I'm missing a lot of stuff from my PC, so there won't be certain type of content here and there. Luckily, I managed to save a majority of my decks from EDO Pro, but a lot of them are lost, so I had to go through all my older videos just to pretty much rebuild them card by card, and that is a lot of pain because there's at least 100 decks to rebuild. So if content gets a little weird here and there, I'm sorry, it's because of that. But anyways, let's spin and see what we can roll. And we get Laval. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Now, this is gonna be interesting. So, I really haven't played Laval for some time, but I do remember what the deck can do. And I forgot to do one thing with the wheel, because it's been a bit since I have rolled the wheel. I was hoping for Madolce, but we got Laval, which is still fine either way. And that is one less deck that we could do. Okay, so for Lavals, they are based on a lovely card called Rekindling. And we have the new Laval Archer, so that's going to be definitely good that we could use. So I'm just going to put the cards in that I definitely know that they run, and then we can go from there. Now, I'm going to put them at 3 ofs, just in case, so we could tune down the numbers later. And this is where the extra deck definitely comes up a lot. I wish we had Laval Chain. I really did. Because Laval Chain for the deck actually helps out. Because it's one of those things where, oh, you could definitely do a lot of stuff with the deck. And with how the deck is, I played the version where you summon out Red Nova Dragon and just have at it with that. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be looking for a couple builds. Let's see if we can find a couple builds, since the deck is very interesting overall. Since I would just remember playing the old version, and that would be actually good. And one card I don't want to forget is Laval Burner, because this is actually a very good extender. And I'm just filling up the deck as much as I can with what I can. So these are the cards that I remember playing. And let's tone down the extra deck a little, since there is quite a bit of cards. Now, since we have Laval Salamander, that definitely takes precedent over a couple of the older extra deck monsters, which is completely fine on my behalf. Then let's get to the main deck. So you pretty much want Triple Handmaiden. Soaring Eagle is alright. I'm just going to place it off to the side as a 1 of. Then we also have the one Lakeside Lady, because it's just another name. Cannon is another normal summon, but you'd rather have Blaster because he mills the top 5 cards of your deck no matter what. Cannoneer is no longer useful because we now have Archer. Burner, I think I'm going to run 2, and Lancelord is only really ran in, what is it? It was only ran, believe it or not, in Hazy Flame. Let's just get an archetype hand trap, which is pretty much Ash Blossom. And wasn't there another card? No. fire. This is called Birth of the Prominence Flame. Birth of the. So this is a OCG card. So Explosive Birth of the Flame Champion. It's target 2 fire monsters with 200 defense in your graveyard. 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner, banish them both. And if you do, special summon 1 fire synchro monster from your extra deck whose level equals the total level of the banished monsters. And you really only want one of those because it's there. Triple rekindling is a must. And believe it or not, Neo Flameveil Lady is a very good card. Quick effect, send 1 fire monster you control, actually 1 fire monster from your hand to the graveyard. Target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. If this card is banished from your opponent's graveyard while you control this card, you can send 1 fire monster with 200 or less defense to the graveyard, except another copy of this. So this is actually going to be a pretty much staple 3-of in the deck, since it takes precedent over Cannon, even though it puts summons back a banished Laval. This is just better because it fills up your graveyards for your rekindling, and this might be my primary normal summon in the deck because of how good it is. Now, some people run desynchro for reasons, other people don't, but I'm just going to fill up the extra deck with cards that we can use, like F.A. Dawn Dragster, Borrowload Savage Dragon, TG Hyper Librarian, because that's actually a very good card in this deck. Gives you a lot of draw advantage. Then other things we can run are going to be, we could run, since we're running the token gen, we can run Formula Synchron if we wanted to. But I'm not too sure if I really want to, because I kind of want a good Link monster lineup. So we have things like Halka Fibrax, Access Code Talker. We also have things like the Appaloosa, which is actually a very good card on top of a Sunlight Wolf, because this card recovers things. And it just takes 2 fire monsters. That's pretty good. Then other cards we're going to need, I would say Nightmare Unicorn. And now we have 1 flex space, and it definitely works. And we're going to need to put in the staple hand traps of the format. And those 6 always change depending on what the meta deck is. And since it is summoning, we're going to summon out Nibiru most of the time. Now, Formula Synchron only works if we run things like Boost Warrior. And most of the time we can, so there we go. And it's an hard once per turn summon if we control tuner. So we could definitely get stuff out very easily. And since we're running that now, we can run like a red Nova Dragon. But that requires us to use a Red Dragon Archfiend. So that's 2 spaces there. Or if we do the Quasar route, that's another 2 spaces there. And looking at this list, this is funny because they have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. No, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, not normal Red Dragon Archfiend. But either way, it's going to be one or the other with how it is. And I think this is where I want the main deck to look like, outside of a couple other cards that we can run. And those other cards are going to be like one of staples, because this is a combo oriented deck. So we're going to need the limited cards for us. And those limited staples are actually very, very good. Things like your Harpy Feather Duster, Reinforcement of the Army, Foolish Burial, Monster Reborn, and finally, Call by the Grave. And as you could tell, I don't have my actual files because I'm using the original arts for everything. Sorry about that. So let's see how this deck is. So oh yeah, I need to get my card sleeves. So we open up with a Blaster, Handmaiden, and a Neo Flameville. This hand isn't really that good, and because we don't have what we actually need. So what I'm gonna do is lower these 3 down by 1. And I'm going to put in one more one-of card. And that one-of card is going to be a Pancratops. Because Pancratops is actually a very powerful card. And, oh, this is actually a good hand. So we could do Laval Archer during the main phase. We can do another additional normal summon of a Laval monster. And we just get stopped, because we don't have any follow-up plays. Now, this is a good hand because we have multiple conduction field, so we're just going to conduction field, sending a Maiden, and I guess we're going to send another Laval monster with 200 defense. I guess an Archer. We're going to use Handmaiden's effect, and we're going to send 2 Laval monsters. And this is where we just deck thin. And deck thin. Because that's how it works. I really need to get this background set up. Then we can do that. Next, we are going to normal summon our Archer, and Archer is going to use its effect so we can normal summon out a Lakeside Lady. After that, we're going to summon out a lovely... Things are going slow. Things are definitely going slow, but I think I'm going to have it where it is for now. And then we're going to activate Rekindling. This is where we're going to have to summon out our Handmaidens and the one Archer. And now we can do Archer effect. Handmaiden gets the trigger, which is always nice. And I guess we're going to just send a Cold Soul. I don't really care. And we can summon out Salamangreat Salamander. Use Salamander's effect. Draw 2, then we send 2. And I think I'm going to send these 2 to the grave. After that, we can go up into an Exilord, or we can go up into a Dragon. And I think it's going to be better going up into an Exilord. And then that's really it. Overall, levels are very underpowered. And this deck is not the best build ever. So I'm just going to change it real quick so we can get some more fire targets in the deck. Because we don't have that many. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And some of the things that I really liked playing in the deck were things like, let's get the fire sorted out, 200 defense. You could do things like, what is it? Like Flameville Fire Dog if you want. Flameville Fire Dog is a very good card. You can also do things kind of like the Fire King route, because they have a few. You can even mix Salamangreat into this. Lava Cannon. Or any other things. So it's definitely interesting what you could do with the deck. But overall, Lavals definitely need a lot of support. But I feel like Fire Kings might be the best bet with how the deck actually is. So if you want to try out the deck yourself, I'd heavily consider trying out multiple different variants of what the deck has. Things like the Fire King cards and other different styles as well. You can even run a small Nemesis package with flags, because that does have 200 defense, and it does prime up some of your plays. You can even do Inferno Noble Knight Renowned stuff in here, but that's not really that worth. But after that, there's not really much. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this, please hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more, please subscribe for future content, as I upload every day at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.